Are you all right, Mr. Frank?
Yes, Beep. Yes.
Everyone in the office has gone home. It's after 6. Don't stay up here, Mr. Frank. What's the use of torturing yourself like this?
I've come to say goodbye. I'm leaving here, Beep.
What do you mean? Where are you going? Where?
I don't know yet. I haven't decided.
But this is your home. Amsterdam is your home. Your business is here, waiting for you. You're needed here. Now that the war is over there...
I can't stay in Amsterdam, Beep. It has too many memories for me. Everywhere there's something. It's a house we lived in. It's a school. It's a street organ playing out there. Not the person you used to know me. I'm a bitter old man. Forgive me, I shouldn't speak to you like this. After all that you did for us, this suffering.
No, it wasn't suffering. You can't say we suffered.
I know what you went through, you and Mr. Crawler. I'll remember it as long as I live. Come, Beep.
Mr. Frank, did you see? There's some of your papers here. We found them in a heap of rubbish on the floor after you left.
Burn them.
But Mr. Frank, they're letters, notes.
Burn them, all of them.
Burn this.
Anna's diary. Monday, the 6th of July, 1942. 1942. Is it possible, Meep? Only 3 years ago? Dear Diary, since you and I are going to be great friends, I will start by telling you about myself. My name is Anna Frank. I was born in Germany the 12th of June, 1929. As my family is Jewish, we immigrated to Holland when Hitler came to power.
My father started a business importing spices and herbs. Things were brought us until 1914. Then the war came, and the Dutch defeat, followed by the rise of the Germans. Then things got very bad for the Jews. You cannot do this, and you cannot do that. They forced father out of his business. We had to wear yellow stars. I had to turn in my bike. I couldn't go to a Dutch school anymore. I couldn't go to the movies, or ride in an automobile, or even on the streetcar, and a million other things. But somehow we children still managed to have fun. Yesterday, Father told me we were going into hiding. Where, he wouldn't say. At 5 o'clock this morning, Mother woke me and told me to hurry and get dressed. I was to put on as many clothes as I could. It would look too suspicious if we walked along carrying suitcases. It wasn't until we were on our way where I learned where we were going. Our hiding place was to be upstairs, in the building where Father used to have his business. 3 other people were coming in with us, the Van Daans and their son Peter. Father knew the Van Daans, but we had never met them.
Something's happened to them. I know.
Now, Carly.
No. Mr. Frank said they'd be here at 7 o'clock.
They have 2 miles to walk. You can't expect...
No, they've been taken. That's what's happened.
You see?
Mrs. Fontan, Mr. Fontan. There were too many of the green police on the streets. We had to take the long way around.
Anna!
Oh, my wife, Edith, Mr. and Mrs. Fontan. Their son, Peter, my daughters, Margot and Anna.
I'm sorry there's still so much confusion.
Oh, please don't think of it. After all, we have plenty of leisure to arrange everything ourselves.
We put the stores of food you sent here, soft linen here, and the WC there.
Thank you, Meaden.
I made up the beds the way Mr. Frank and Mr. Collar said. Forgive me, I've got to get to the other side of town to get some ration books for you.
Ration books? But if they see our name on ration books, they'll know we're here.
There isn't anything...
Don't worry, your names won't be on them. I'll be up later.
Thank you, Lee.
It's illegal then, the ration books? We've never done anything illegal before.
We won't be living exactly according to regulations here.
This isn't the black market, Mrs. Frank. This is what we call the white market, helping the hundreds and hundreds who are hiding out in Amsterdam. I must go. I must be out of here and downstairs in the office before the workmen get here. Me or I, or both of us, will be up each day to bring you food and news and find out what your needs are. But tomorrow I'll get you a better boat for the door at the foot of the stairs. It needs a boat you can throw yourself and open only at our signal. You'll tell them about the noise.
I'll tell them.
Goodbye then for the moment. I'll be up again after the workmen leave.
How can we ever thank you?
I never thought I'd live to see the day when a man like Mr. Frank would have to go into hiding. When you think...
Otto, what did he mean about the noise?
First, let's get off some of these extra clothes.
It's a wonder we weren't arrested walking along the streets. Petronella with the fur coat in July, and that cat of Peter's crying all the way.
A cat? Anna!
It's all right. I've got the 3 more.
Now, about the noise. There's a man on the building below. We must have complete quiet. Every sound can be heard down there. Not only in the bedrooms, but in the offices too. The men come about 8:30 and leave about 5:30. So to be perfectly safe, from 8 in the morning until 6 in the evening, we must move only when it is necessary, and then in stocking feet. We must not speak above a whisper. We must not run any water. We cannot use the sink or even, forgive me, the WC. The pipes go down through the workrooms. It would be heard. No trash. No trash must ever be thrown out which might reveal that someone is living here. Not even a potato paring. We must burn everything in the stove at night. This is the way we must live until it is over, if we are to survive.
Until it is over.
After 6, we can move about. We can read and laugh and play games just as we would at home. And now I think it would all be wise if we went to our rooms and were settled before 8 o'clock. Mrs. Van Dam, you and your husband will be upstairs. I regret that there's no place up there for Peter, but he'll be downstairs, near us. This will be our common room, where we'll meet to eat and read and talk like one big family.
But where will you and Mrs. Frank sleep?
This room is also our bedroom.
It is your place.
Oh, no, that's not right. You take the room upstairs and we'll sleep down here.
Please, I thought this out for weeks. It's the best arrangement, the only arrangement.
Never, never can we thank you. I don't know what we would have done if it hadn't been for Mr. Frank.
You don't know how your husband helped me when I came to this country. Knowing no one, not able to speak the language, I can never repay him for that. Well, may I help you with your things?
No, no. Come along, Lithia.
You'll be all right, Peter? You're not afraid?
Please, Mother.
You too must have some rest, Edith. You didn't close your eyes last night. Nor you, Margot.
I slept, Father. Wasn't that funny? I knew it was the last night in my own bed, and yet I slept soundly.
I'm glad, Anna. Now you'll be able to help me straighten things in here. Come with me. You and Margot rest in this room for the time being.
You're sure? I could help, really. And Anna hasn't had her milk yet.
I'll give it to her. Anna, Peter, it's best you take off your shoes now before you forget.
You're sure you're not tired, Anna?
I feel fine. I'm going to help Father.
Peter, I am glad you are to be with us.
Yes, Mrs. Frank.
What's your cat's name?
Mushy.
Mushy, mushy, mushy. I love cats. I have one. A darling little cat. But they made me leave her behind. I left some food and a note for the neighbors to take care of her. I'm going to miss her terribly. What is yours? A him or a her?
He's a Tom. He doesn't like strangers.
Then I'll have to stop being a stranger now, won't I? Is he fixed?
Huh?
Do you have him fixed?
No.
Well, you ought to have him fixed to keep her from fighting. Where did you go to school?
Jewish secondary.
But that's where Margaret's and I go. I never saw you around.
I saw you sometimes.
You did?
In the schoolyard. You were always in the middle of a bunch of kids.
What are you doing?
I'm taking it off.
But you can't do that. They'll arrest you if you go out without your star.
Who's going out?
Well, of course. Of course we don't need them anymore. I wonder what they'll think when we don't show up today.
I didn't have any dates with anybody.
Oh, I did. I had a date to go and play ping pong at Yope's house. Do you know Yope de Wall?
No.
Yope is my best friend. I wonder what she'll think. We've left everything as if we've been suddenly called away. Breakfast dishes in the sink. Bed's not made. Look, it's still there. What are you going to do with yours?
Burn it.
It's funny. I can't throw it away. I don't know why.
You can't throw something that they branded you with? Something that they made you wear so that they could spit on you?
I know. But it is the Star of David, isn't it?
I suppose it's different for a girl.
Oh, forgive me, Peter. Now let me see. We must find a bed for your cat. I'm glad you brought your cat. Anna was feeling so badly about hers. Here we are. Will it be comfortable in that? Thanks. And here's your room, Peter. But I must warn you, you cannot grow anymore. Not an inch. Or you have to sleep with your feet off the skylight. Are you hungry?
No.
We have some bread and butter.
No, thank you.
You can have it for luncheon then. And tonight we'll have a real supper. Our first supper together.
Thanks.
That's a nice boy, Peter.
He's awfully shy, isn't he?
You'll like him, I know.
I hope so, since he's the only boy I'm likely to see for months and months.
Anna, there's a box over there. Will you go open it?
You know the way I'm going to think of it here? I'm going to think of it as a boarding house. A very peculiar summer boarding house. The one that we... Father, my movie stars! I was wondering where they were. And Queen Wilhelmina. How wonderful.
There's something more. Go on, look further.
A diary! I've never had a diary. I've always longed for one. Pencil. I'm going down to the office to get a pencil.
Anna, no.
But there's no one in the building now.
It doesn't matter. I don't want you to ever go beyond that door.
Never? Not even at nighttime? Or on Sundays? Can't you go down to listen to the radio?
Never. It isn't safe. No, you must never go beyond that door.
I see.
It will be hard, I know. But always remember this, Annika. There are no walls, no locks, no bolts that anyone could put on your mind. Meet will bring us books. We'll read history, poetry, mythology. Here's your milk. As a matter of fact, between us, Anna, being here has certain advantages for you. For instance, you remember the battle you had with your mother the other day over the subject of overshoes? You said you'd rather die than wear overshoes. But in the end, you had to wear them? Fair now. You see, for as long as we are here, you will never have to wear overshoes. Isn't that good? And the coat you inherited from Margot. You won't have to wear that. And the piano. You won't have to practice on the piano. I tell you, this is going to be a fine life for you.
I thought that I would get some water for Mushi before I went to...
Of course.
should be describing what it feels like to go into hiding. But I really don't know yet myself. I only know it's funny, never to be able to go outdoors, never to breathe fresh air, never to run and shout and jump. It's a silence at night that frightens me most. Every time I hear a creak in the house or a step on the street outside, I'm sure they're coming for us. The days aren't so bad. At least you know that me and Mr. Crowley are down there below us in the office. Our protectors, we call them. I asked Father what would happen if the Nazis found out they were hiding us. Pim said they would suffer the same fate that we would. Imagine, they know this, and yet when they come up here, they're always cheerful, as if nothing in the world was to bother them. Friday, the 21st of August, 1942. Today I'm going to tell you our general news. Mother is unbearable. She insists on treating me like a baby, which I loathe. Otherwise, things are going better. The weather is...
It's safe. The last workman is left.
Whee! I'm first in the WC.
6 o'clock. School's over.
Have you seen my shoes?
Your shoes?
You've taken them, haven't you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're going to be sorry.
Am I? Anna!
Wait till I kiss you.
I was Peter's son. Anna! Anna, Peter! Where are you going? Come dance with me.
I tell you, I don't know how.
I'll teach you.
I'm going to give Mushi his dinner.
Can I watch?
He doesn't like it when people are in here while he eats.
Peter, please.
No!
Anna, I think that you shouldn't play that way with Peter. It's not dignified.
Who cares if it's dignified? I don't want to be dignified.
You complain that I don't treat you like a grown-up, but when I do, you resent it.
I only want some fun. Someone to laugh and clown with. After you sat all day and hardly moved, you have to have some fun. I don't know what's the matter with that boy.
He isn't used to girls. Give him a little time.
Time? Isn't 2 months' time? I could cry. Come on, Margaret, come dance with me. Come on, please.
I have to help with supper.
You know we're going to forget how to dance. When we get out of here, we won't remember a thing. Ta-dum, 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 dum-dum, ta-dum, 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 dum-dum, ta-dum. Next! Ta-dum. Where's Peter?
Where would he be?
Well, he hasn't finished his lessons yet. His father will kill him if he's in there with that cat again. Go in and get him out of there, will you? Dum, dum, ta-dum, ta-dum, ta-dum. Peter!
What is it?
Mother says keep him out.
I'm giving Mushi his dinner.
You know what your father would say.
For heaven's sake, I haven't even seen him since lunch.
I'm just telling you, that's all. I'll feed him.
I don't want you in there.
Peter.
All right. Go in and give it to him and then come right out. You hear?
Now, is that any way to talk to your little girlfriend?
For heaven's sake, she's only 13.
So what? And you're 16. Just perfect. Your father is 10 years older than I am. I tell you, Mr. Frank, if this war lasts much longer, you and I are going to be related.
Mazel tov.
I wonder where Mika is. She's usually so prompt.
cat. People say we look alike, but Tom has the most beautiful fur and long whiskers. And I only have a little fuzz.
All right, Mrs. Quack Quack.
Hector!
I heard about you, how you talk so much in class that they called you Mrs. Quack Quack. And how Mr. Smith made you write a composition. Quack Quack, said Mrs. Quack Quack.
Well, go on. Tell them the rest. How it was so good that he read it out loud to his classes and read it to all his others.
Quack, 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 quack.
You are the most intolerable, insufferable boy I've ever met.
Give it to me, Monica.
If I locked up a boy like you.
Quack, quack, quack. And from now on, stay out of my room.
Anna, your hair. Anna, you feel warm. Are you feeling all right?
Please, Mother.
You haven't a fever, have you? No. Anna, don't be that vague. You know we can't call a doctor here ever. The only thing to do is watch carefully. Prevent an illness before it comes. Now let me see your tongue. Anna, don't be such a baby. Let me see your tongue. Otto.
You hear your mother, Anna.
Come on, open up. You seem all right, but perhaps an aspirin. Oh, for God's sakes, don't give that girl any pills. I waited for 15 minutes for her to come out of the WC this morning.
I was washing my hair.
I think there's nothing the matter with her, Anna, that a ride on her bike for a visit with your Peter wouldn't cure. Isn't that so, Anna?
You've not come yet?
Not yet. The men just left.
What's for dinner tonight?
Beans?
Not again.
Oh, poor Pooty. But what can we do? That's all me brought us.
We are now what is known as the bean cycle. Beans embroiled, beans in casserole, beans with strings, beans without strings.
What are you doing in here? Play with your cat?
He only went in there for a moment to put his coat away. He's been out here all afternoon working on his lessons.
Anna, you got an excellent in your history paper today, and very good in Latin.
How about algebra?
I have to make a confession. Up until now, I managed to stay ahead of you. Today, you caught up with me. We'll leave it to Margot to correct.
Isn't algebra vile of him?
Vile.
How did I do?
Excellent, 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 excellent.
You should have used the subjunctive here.
But should I? But I didn't use it over here.
Mrs. Van Daan, may I try on your coat?
No, Anna. Oh, it's all right. But be very careful. My father gave it to me before he died. My father always bought the best that money could buy.
Mrs. Van Daan, did you have a lot of boyfriends before you were married?
Anna, that is a personal question. It is not courteous to ask personal questions. Oh, I don't mind. There were always boys buzzing around our house. When I was a girl...
Oh, God, not again.
Oh, shush. One summer, we had a house in Hilversum, and the boys came swarming around like bees around a jam pot. And when I was 16, we were wearing our skirts very short those days, and I had pretty good legs. Well, I still have them. I may not be as pretty as I used to be, but I still have my legs. How about it, Mr. Frank?
All right, we see them.
I wasn't asking you. I was asking Mr. Frank.
Mother, for heaven's sake.
Oh, I embarrass you, do I? I just hope the girl you marry has as good. Oh, my father was always worrying about me with all those boys hanging around. So he told me, if any of them gets fresh with you, you say, remember, Mr. So-and-so, I'm a lady.
Remember, Mr. So-and-so, I'm a lady.
Look at you talking that way in front of her. Don't you know she puts that all down in that diary?
So what if she does? I'm only telling the truth. Peter, can I move you to the couch?
Yes.
Thank you.
Meat must have the radio on.
Haven't you finished yet?
No.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
All right. I'm a dunce. I'm a hopeless case. Why do I go on?
Oh, don't say that. That's not true. It's just you haven't got anyone to help you like the girls have. Perhaps you could help him, Mr. Frank.
Oh, I'm sure that his father...
Not me. I can't do anything with him. He won't listen to me. You go ahead if you want.
How about it, Peter? Shall we make our school co-educational?
Oh, you're an angel, Mr. Frank, an angel. Mwah. Oh, I don't know why I didn't meet you before I met that one over there. Come, sit down. Now, Peter, you listen to Mr. Frank.
Perhaps it would be better if we went into Peter's room.
That's right. You go with Mr. Frank, Peter. And you listen to him. He's a very educated man.
Shh! I can hear a man's voice talking.
Isn't it bad enough here without you sprawling all over the place?
You know, you wouldn't be so irritable if you didn't smoke so much.
Am I smoking? Do you see me smoking?
Don't tell me you've used up all of those cigarettes already.
One package. We've only brought me one package.
It's a filthy habit anyway. It's a very good time to break yourself of it.
Oh, stop it, please.
You're smoking up all our months. Do you realize that?
Will you shut up? What are you staring at?
I never heard grown-ups quarrel before. I thought only children quarreled.
This isn't a quarrel. It's a discussion. And I never heard children so rude before.
Rude? Anna, would you go get my sewing, please? I must remember when Meep comes to ask her to bring me more thread. And I need some hairpins and some soap. I made a list. Anna, have you any library books for Meep when she comes?
It's a wonder that Meep has a life of her own. The way we make her run errands for us. Please, Meep, get me some starch. Please take my hair out and have it cut. Did you know she was engaged? His name is Dirk. And Meep's afraid the Nazis will ship him off to work in Germany, to work in one of their war plants. That's what they're doing with some of the young Dutchmen these days.
Don't you ever get tired of talking? Can't you try keeping still for 5 minutes? Just 5 minutes!
Anna, come and drink your milk.
Talk, talk, talk. I never heard such a child. Where's my... Every evening it's the same. Talk, talk, talk. Where's my...
What are you looking for?
My pipe. Have you seen my pipe?
What good's a pipe? You haven't got any tobacco.
At least there's something to hold in my mouth. Margot, have you seen my pipe?
It was on the table last night.
I know. Anna, did you see my pipe? Anna!
Anna, Mr. Van Daan is speaking to you.
Am I allowed to talk now?
You are the most aggravating. The trouble with you is you've been spoiled. What you need is a good old-fashioned spanking.
Remember, Mr. So-and-so, I'm a lady.
Why aren't you nice and quiet like your sister Margot? Why do you have to show up all the time? Let me give you a little advice, young lady. Men don't like that kind of thing in a girl. They like a girl who listens to him once in a while, who keep her house shining for her husband, who likes to cook and sew and...
I've cut my throat first. I'd open my veins. I'm going to be remarkable. I'm going to Paris.
Paris.
To study music and art and...
Yeah.
I'm going to be a famous dancer or singer. Oh, something wonderful.
You clumsy little fool! Look at my coat, my beautiful fur coat, my gave me.
I'm sorry.
What do you care? It isn't yours. So go on, ruin it. Do you know how much this coat costs? Do you? And now look at it. Look at it.
I'm very, very sorry.
I could just kill you for this. I could just kill you.
Petronella, Livia, come back. The supper, come back.
Anna, you mustn't behave in that way.
It was an accident. Anyone can have an accident.
I don't mean that. I mean the answering back. You must not answer back. They are our guests. We must always show the greatest courtesy to them. We are all living under terrible tension. That's why we must control ourselves. Watch Margot. She doesn't argue with them. She is always courteous and never familiar. She keeps her distance, and they respect her for it. Try to be like Margot.
And have them walk all over me the way they did her? No thanks.
I'm not afraid for you that anyone will walk all over you, Anna. I'm afraid for other people that you will walk on them. I don't know what happens to you, Anna. You are wild and self-willed. If I had ever talked to my mother the way that you talk to me.
Things have changed. People aren't like that anymore. Yes, mother. No, mother. Anything you say, mother. I'm going to fight things out for myself. Make something of myself.
Well, it isn't necessary to fight to do that. Margot doesn't fight, and isn't she?
Oh, Margaret, Margaret! That's all I ever hear from everyone. How wonderful Margaret is. Why aren't you more like Margaret?
Anna, don't be so...
Everything you do is right, and everything I do is wrong. I'm the goat around here. You're all against me, and you is the ball.
Let's put the soup on the table. If there's anyone who cares to eat. I don't know how we can go on living this way. I can't say a word to Anna. She flies at me.
You know, Anna, in a half an hour she'll be out here laughing and joking.
And I told your father that this wouldn't work. But no, he had to ask them. He said he owed it to them, he said. Well, now he knows that I was right. These quarrels, this bickering. It's me. Every time I hear that sound, my heart stops.
I'll get Father. Father.
Thank you, Margot. Has everyone his list?
I'll get my books. Here's your list. Meep's here.
Is it me?
Yes.
And last, I'll have some cigarettes.
I can't tell you how sorry I am about Mrs. Van Daan's coat. Anna should have never touched it.
She'll be all right.
Is there anything that I can do?
Don't worry.
Mr. Crawler!
How are you, Mr. Crawler?
This is a surprise.
When Mr. Crawler comes, the sun begins to shine.
Meep is coming?
Not tonight.
Mr. Crawler, would you like some coffee? Or better still, will you stay for supper?
No, thank you.
Mr. Crawler has something to talk over with us. Something has happened, he says, which demands an immediate decision.
What is it?
Usually, when I come up here, I try to bring some bit of good news. What's the use of telling you the bad news when there's nothing you can do about it? But today something happened. Dirk, Meep's Dirk, came to me just now. He tells me he has a Jewish friend living near him. He tells me he's in trouble. He begged me, can I do anything for this man? Can I find him a hiding place? So I've come to you. I know it's a terrible thing to ask of you living as you are, but would you take him in with you?
Of course we will.
It'll be just for a night or two, until I find some other place. This all happened so suddenly that I didn't know where else to turn.
Where is he?
Downstairs in the office.
Good. Bring him up.
His name is Dussel, Jan Dussel.
Dussel. I think I know him.
I'll get him.
Forgive me. I spoke without consulting you, but I knew you'd feel as I do.
There's no need for you to consult anyone. This is your place. You have a right to do exactly as you please. The only thing I feel, there's so little food as it is. To take it another person.
We can stretch the food a little. It's only for a couple days.
You want to make a bet?
Otto, I think that it's fine to have him here, but where are we going to put him? Where?
He could sleep in my room. I could sleep on the floor. I wouldn't mind.
That's good of you, Peter. But your room's too small, even for you.
I have a much better idea. I'll come in here with you and Mother, and Margaret can have Peter's room, and Peter can go in with Mr. Dussel.
Yes, we could do that.
No, Margot. You mustn't sleep in that room. Neither you nor Anna. Bushi has got some rats in there. Peter's brave. He doesn't mind.
Then how about this? I'll come in here with you and Mother, and Margaret can take my bed, and Mr. Dussel can have hers.
No, no. Margaret will come in here and sleep on the couch, and Mr. Dussel can have her bed. It's the only way. Anna, get your things. Bring them in here. Help her, Anna.
Why, Margaret? Why can't I come in here?
Because it wouldn't be proper for Margaret to sleep with... Please, Anna, don't argue with me, please.
You don't mind sharing a room with Mr. Dussel, do you, Anna?
No, of course not.
Good. There's a cognac.
It's there, but Otto, I was saving that in case of illness.
I think we couldn't find a better time to use it. Peter, will you get 5 glasses for me?
Yes.
What's happening? What's going on?
Someone's moving in with us.
In here? You're joking. It's only for a night or two, until Mr. Crawler can find him another place.
Yeah.
Come in, Mr. Dussel.
This is Mr. Frank.
Mr. Otto Frank?
Yes, let me have your things. My wife, Edith, Mr. Van Daan and Mrs. Van Daan, their son, Peter, my daughters, Margot and Anna.
Thank you, Mr. Frank. Thank you all. Mr. Dussel, I leave you in good hands. Oh, Dirk's coat.
Meep and Mr. Crawler, they are our lifelines. Without them, we couldn't live.
Please, you make us seem very heroic. It isn't all that. We simply don't like the Nazis. We don't like their methods. We don't like anything about them.
I know. No one's going to tell us Dutchmen what to do with our damn Jews.
Pay no attention to Mr. Frank. I'll be up tomorrow to see that they're treating you right. Don't bother to come down again. Peter will bolt the door after me, won't you, Peter?
Yes, sir.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Mr. Crawler. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye, Mr.
Goodbye.
Crawler. Mr. Dussel, please sit down.
I'm dreaming. I know it. Mr. Frank, here. You're not in Switzerland then? A woman told me. She went to your house. The door was open. Everything was in disorder. She said she found a piece of paper in the waste paper basket with an address on it. An address in Zurich. She said you must have escaped to Zurich.
Father put it there purposely, so people would think that very thing.
And you've been here all this time?
All this time, ever since July.
It worked, Pim.
I'm glad. Let's have a little drink to welcome Mr. Dussel. To Mr. Dussel. Welcome. We're very honored to have you with us.
To Mr. Dussel, welcome.
That's delicious.
Did Mr. Crawler warn you that you don't get much to eat here? You can imagine 3 ration books among the 7 of us, and you make 8.
Mr. Van Daan, you don't realize what is going on outside. You don't realize that you should warn me of a thing like that? Every day, right here in Amsterdam, hundreds of Jews disappear. They surround a block, search house by house. People you and I know, the Hollensteins, the Vessels.
Oh, no, no!
You get your call-up notice. Come to the Jewish theater on such and such a day and hour. Bring only what you can carry in a rucksack. And if you refuse, they drag you off to the death camp. Mauthausen.
We didn't know that things had gotten so much worse.
Forgive me for speaking so.
Mr. Dussel, do you know the DeWalls? Do you know what has become of them? Their daughter Yopi and I were in the same class. Yopi is my best friend.
They are gone.
Gone?
With all the others.
Oh no, not Yopi. There's also a family called Wagner.
I think we should put this off until later. We all have many questions we want to ask Mr. Dussel, but I'm sure he would like to get settled before supper.
Thank you, I would. I brought very little with me.
I'm sorry we can't give you a room by yourself. I hope you won't be too uncomfortable. We have to make strict rules here, a schedule of hours. We'll tell you after supper. Anna, would you like to take Mr. Dussel to his room?
If you'll come with me, Mr. Dussel.
I hope you'll forgive me. This has all come as such a shock. I'd always thought of myself as Dutch. My grandfather was born in Holland, my father, and now this. It is all such a shock, if you'll excuse me.
Well, here we are.
I didn't know things had gotten so much worse. Mr. Crawler says that things are improving.
I like it better the way Crawler tells it.
You're going to share a room with me.
I hope you'll bear with me. I've lived alone all my life.
Have you no family at all?
None.
Let me help you. Have you no friends? Maybe a cat or a dog?
No, I am allergic to full fur-bearing animals. They give me asthma.
Oh dear. Peter has a cat.
Here? He has one here?
Yes, but we hardly ever see it.
I should hope so.
That's Margaret's bed where you're going to sleep. I sleep here. The best thing about this room is that you can look down and see a bit of the canal. There's a houseboat there. A bargeman lives there. They just had a baby, and he's beginning to walk. I'm so afraid he's going to fall into the canal someday. I watch him.
Your father spoke about schedule?
Oh, yes. It's mostly about the times that we have to be quiet, and the times for the WC. You can use it now if you like.
No, thank you.
About this room, the way Margaret and I did. She had it to herself in the afternoons for studying, reading, lessons, you know, and I had it in the mornings. Would that be all right with you?
I'm not my best in the mornings.
Then how about this? You take it in the mornings, and I'll have it in the afternoons. Is that all right?
Tell me. When you're in here, where am I spending my time? In there? With all the people?
Yeah.
I see.
We have supper at 6:30.
Then if you don't mind, I'd like to lie down for 10 minutes quietly before eating. I find it helps the digestion.
I hope I'm not going to be much of a bother to you. I seem to get on everyone's nerves.
Oh, don't worry about that. I get along very well with children. All my patients, they tell me that I get along quite well with children.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Dussel.
And yesterday, I finished Sissy Van Mars's latest book. I think she's a first-class writer. I shall definitely let my children read her. Monday, the 21st of September, 1942. Mr. Dussel and I had another battle yesterday. Yes, Mr. Dussel. According to him, nothing. I repeat, nothing is right about me. My appearance, my character, my manners. While he was going on it to me, I thought, sometime I'll give you such a smack that you'll fly right up to the ceiling. Why is it that every grown-up thinks he knows the way to bring up children? Particularly the grown-ups that never had any. I keep wishing Peter was a girl instead of a boy. Then I would have someone to talk to. Margaret's a darling, but she takes everything too seriously. To pause for a moment on the subject of Mrs. Van Daan. I must tell you that her attempts to flirt with Father are getting her nowhere. Pim, thank goodness, won't play.
Someone to hear?
Shh! Hush! Hush, darling, hush! It was nothing, it was a dream! Mr. Dussel, will you please get the lights?
Mrs. Frank, something must be done about that child.
Anna, my
Who knows,
darling.
but there's someone out on the street listening. She's endangering all our lives.
Anna, it's all right. It's all right, it was nothing. You are here, you see?
I do not spend my night sleeping. I spend half of it shushing her.
Mr. Dussel, will you please go back to bed? She will be herself in a minute.
Thank you, but I'm going to the WC. The one place where there's peace.
You're all right.
What is it? What happened?
A nightmare. She was having a nightmare.
I thought someone was murdering her.
Unfortunately, no.
Thank you, Peter. Go back to bed.
Would you like some water? No? Was it a very bad dream? Perhaps if you told me about it.
I'd rather not talk about it.
All right. I will sit right here beside you until you fall back asleep.
You don't have to.
But I'd like to, Anna, really.
I'd rather you didn't.
All right. Is there anything else I can get for you?
You please ask Father to come.
Of course, Anna. She wants you.
Hades, dear.
No. I thank God that she will at least turn to one of us when she needs comfort. Go to her, Otto. She is still shaking with fear. Go to her. She wants nothing of me. She turned away when I tried to kiss her. It's a phase. Father says that most girls go through it. They turn to their fathers at this age. They give all their love to their fathers. You weren't like this. You didn't turn away from me. She'll get over it.
like horrible? Do you think anyone outside could have heard?
Yeah, I want you to take this pill.
What is it?
Something to quiet you. You want me to read to you for a while?
No. Just sit with me. Do you really think anyone outside could have heard?
No. Lie quietly now. Try to sleep.
I'm a coward, Father. I'm so disappointed in myself. I think I'm really grown up. I think I've conquered my fear. And then something happens. And I run to you like a baby. I love you, Father. I don't love anyone else but you.
Adeline.
It's true. I've thought about it for a long time. You're the only one I love.
It's fine to hear you tell me that you love me. I'd be much happier if you said you loved your mother as well. She needs your help so much. Your love.
She doesn't understand me. Whenever I try to explain my views on life to her, she asks me if I'm constipated.
You hurt her now. Very much. She's crying. She's in there crying.
I couldn't help it. I didn't want to hear. I only told the truth. Oh, Pim, I was horrible. And I can't stand up and look at myself doing it and knowing it's wrong. But I have a nicer side, Father. A sweeter, nicer side. But I'm afraid to show it. I think I'm really grown up. I think I've conquered my fear. But nothing happens. And so the mean Anna comes out, and the good Anna stays on the inside. I keep trying to switch them around, and have the good Anna on the outside, and the mean Anna on the inside. I'd be what I'd like to be. And might be. If only...
The air raids are getting worse. They come over day and night. The noise is terrifying. Pim says it should be music to our ears. The more planes, the sooner will come the end of the war. Mrs. Van Daan pretends to be a fatalist. What will be, will be. But when the planes come over, who is the most frightened? No one else but Petronella. Monday, the 9th of November, 1942. Wonderful news. The Allies have landed in Africa. Pim says we can look for an early finish to the war. Just for fun, he asked each of us what was the first thing we wanted to do when we got out of here. Mrs. Van Daan longs to be home with her own things. Her needlepoint chairs, the Bekenstein piano her father gave her. The best that money could buy. Mr. Dussel wants to get back to his dentist job. He's afraid of losing his touch. Peter would like to go to a movie. For myself, there are so many things. To ride a bike again, to laugh till my belly aches, to have new clothes from the skin out, to have a hot tub filled too, overflowing, and wallow in it for hours.
Praise be to our Lord our God, ruler of the universe, who has sanctified us with thy commandments and bidden us kindle the Hanukkah lights. Praise be to our Lord our God, ruler of the universe, who has wrought wondrous deliverances for our fathers in days of old. Praise be to our Lord our God, ruler of the universe, who has sustained us and brought us to this happy season, O mine. We kindle this Hanukkah light to celebrate the great and wonderful deeds wrought through the wheel with which God filled the hearts of the heroic Maccabees 2,000 years ago. They fought against indifference, against tyranny and oppression, and they restored our temple to us. As these lights remind us we should ever look to God Whence cometh thy help, O mine?
Oh mine.
I lift up mine eyes to the mountains, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord who made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. He that keepeth Israel neither slumbers nor sleeps. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade on the right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon at night. The Lord shall keep thee from all evil. The Lord shall keep thy soul. The Lord shall guide thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and forevermore. O mine.
Oh mine. That was very moving.
Oh, sit down. It's not over. There's lots more. Songs and presents.
Peter, will you get
Presents?
Not this year, unfortunately.
But always on Hanukkah, everyone gives presents.
What I remember best about Hanukkah is the lights. First one candle as we have tonight, and then on the second night 2, and the third night 3, until you have all 8 candles burning. When all 8 candles are burning, it is truly beautiful.
Oh, and the potato pancakes.
Don't talk about them.
And I make the best latkes you ever tasted.
Well, invite us all next year in your own home.
God willing.
God willing.
What I remember best is the presents when we were little. 8 days of presents, and each day they got better and better.
Well, we are all here alive, and that is present enough.
No, it isn't. I've got something.
What?
Present.
Presents?
Why, true. What do you mean?
What have you got there?
No idea.
For Margaret. Read it out loud.
You have never lost your temper. You never will, I fear. You are so good, but if you should, put all your crosswords here. What is this? It's a new crossword puzzle book. Wherever did you get it?
It's not new. It's the one you've already done. I rubbed it all out. But if you wait a while and forget, you can do it all over again.
Thank you, Anna. It's wonderful. You'd never know it wasn't you.
For Mrs. Van Zandt.
Oh, for me? But this is awful. I haven't got anything for
This is
anyone.
all Anna's idea.
What is it? It's hair shampoo. I took all the odds and ends of soap and mixed them together with the last of my toilet water.
Oh, thank you, Anne. It's wonderful.
Yours, Mr. Van Zandt, is truly something. Something you wanted more than anything.
What is it?
Look! Cigarettes!
Cigarette.
2 of them. Pim found some old tobacco in the pockets lining of his coat, and we made them. Or rather, Pim did.
Let me see that.
Well, look at that. Light it, Footy, light it.
Well, go on.
Thank you, Anna, thank you.
For Mother. Hanukkah greeting.
Here's an IOU that I promised to pay. 10 hours of doing whatever you say. Signed Anna Frank.
10 hours of doing whatever you're told? Anything you're told?
That's right.
Mrs. Frank, you wouldn't be interested in selling that, would you?
Never. It is the most precious gift I have ever had.
So there's Peter.
For Pim.
Annika, I wasn't supposed to have a present.
It's a muffler to put around your neck like an ascot. I knitted it in the dark after I'd gone to bed. I'm afraid it looks much better in the dark.
It's fine. It fits me perfectly. Thank you, Anna.
What is this?
For Mushi.
On behalf of Mushi, I thank you.
And this is for you from Mrs. Quack Quack. Well, open it. Aren't you going to open it?
I'm scared to. I know that something is going to jump out and hit me.
No, it's nothing like that. Really, go on.
But go on. Show it.
What is it?
It's a safety razor.
You didn't make that out of odds and ends.
It's not new. Meat got it for me secondhand. But you really do need a razor now.
For what?
Look on his upper lip. You can see the beginning of a mustache.
He wants to get rid of that? Sup a little milk on it and let the cat lick it off.
You think that you're funny, don't you?
Look, he can't wait to try it.
I'm going to give Mushi his present.
Mushi, Mushi, Mushi.
And last but never least, my roommate, Mr. Deucer.
Me? You have something for me? Capsules. 2 capsules?
They're earplugs
Earplugs?
to put in your ears so you won't hear me when I dash around at night. I saw them advertised in a magazine. I made them out of cotton and candle wax. Put them in your ears. See if they don't work. See if you can hear me.
Wait now until I get them in. So.
Are you ready?
Huh?
Are you ready?
Good God, they've gone inside.
Thank you, Anne. Thank you.
Mr. Deucer, have you heard the Hanukkah song? When the song's sang, it's the whole thing. Oh Hanukkah, the sweet celebration.
I don't think we should sing that song tonight, Anna. It's a song of jubilation, of rejoicing. One is apt to become too enthusiastic.
Oh, please. I promise not to shout.
Very well. But I'll watch you now. And when you be...
You! How many times have I told you? Don't bring that in here.
What's the matter with you? Haven't you any sense? Get that cat out of here.
Cat? I have no cat.
It doesn't have to be a cat. The hair on your clothes is enough.
Don't worry, we're getting rid of it.
At last you listen to me.
I'm not doing it for you. That's all in your mind. All of it. I'm doing it because I'm sick of seeing that cat eat all of our food.
That is not true. I only feed them bones and scraps.
Don't tell me. That cat looks better than any of us. Damn cat gets fatter and fatter every day. Out he goes tonight.
No!
Mr. Deucer. I'm sorry.
If he goes, I go.
Go.
You're not going and that cat's not going. Now, Peter, come sit down. This is Hanukkah. Hanukkah, what's wrong with all of you? And let's have the song.
Oh Hanukkah, the sweet celebration.
I think we should first blow out the candles. Then we'll have something for tomorrow night.
But Father, you're supposed to let them burn themselves out.
I'm sure that God understands shortages. Praise be thou, O Lord our God, who has sustained us and brought us through this happy festival, all mine.
Do you hear anything?
No, I think they've gone.
It's the Green Police. They found us.
No, if they found us, they would have been up here by now.
No, I know it's the Green Police. They've just gone to get help.
Or it may have been the Gestapo looking for papers.
Or thief looking for money.
Well, whoever it was, we've got to do something quickly before they come back.
There's nothing to do, just wait.
Shh.
Anna, get some water. Somebody get some water.
No one is going to run water.
They found us. Get some water. Going down there.
No, Father, no. There may be someone down there. It might be a trap.
This is Saturday. There's no way for us to know what has happened until me or Mr. Crawler come on Monday. I cannot live with this uncertainty.
Don't go, Father. Margaret, stay with me.
Pooty, go get our money. I hear you can buy the Green Police off so much ahead. Go upstairs and get our money.
Keep still.
Do you want to wait around for them to come back? You want to wait around for them to come take you to a concentration camp? Do something!
Now you keep still.
Someone go up to Father. Make Father come back.
I'll go. Haven't you done enough?
Please, Mr. Van Zandt, get father! Get father!
Quiet!
Anna! I lift up my eyes to the mountains, from whence cometh my help cometh from the mountains. He made heaven and earth, he will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. He that keepeth Israel neither slumbers nor sleeps. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord...
It was a thief. The noise must have scared him away.
Oh, thank God.
He took the radio and the cash box. He ran away in such a hurry that he didn't stop to shut the street door. It was swinging wide open.
Are you sure it's all right?
The danger is past. Don't be so terrified, Anna. We're safe. Pete, you get the lights.
The danger has passed. The danger is far from over. There is now someone who knows we're up here. Someone who knows we're up here hiding.
Mr. Dusselby, you be still.
Yes, someone knows we're here, but who is that someone? A thief! A thief! You think a thief is going to go to the Green Police and say, I was robbing a place the other night and I heard a noise about it. You think a thief is going to say that?
Yes, I think he will.
You're crazy.
I think that someday the Green Police will catch that thief, and then he will offer them a bargain. If they will let him go, he will tell them where some Jews are hiding.
He's right.
Father, let's get out of here. Let's go.
Go where?
Yes, where?
We lost all faith, all courage. A moment ago, we thought they had come for us. We thought it was the end. But it wasn't the end. We're alive, safe. We thank thee, O Lord our God, that in thy infinite mercy thou hast again seen fit to spare us. Come on, Anna. The song. The song.
Oh Hanukkah, the sweet celebration. Around the feast we gather in complete jubilation. Happiest of seasons now is here. Many are the reasons for good cheer. Together we'll weather whatever tomorrow may bring. So hear us rejoicing and merrily voicing that Hanukkah song that we sing. So hear us rejoicing and merrily voicing that Hanukkah song that we sing.